Most bankers aren't ready to help you until after their third cup of coffee. But with Central National Bank's after-hours service, you don't have to wait for the bank lobby to open to get help. You can contact us from 6 to 8:30 in the morning or from 5 to 10 in the evening, and we'll connect you to a real, live, local person who can answer questions and fix problems 7 days a week. Bank different. Bank Central. Central National Bank. Member FDIC.
Bwaaa!
Bwaaa trash fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas. The trailer park is nice and dark, deep in the heart of Texas. Dad drinks his brew and he spits his chew, deep in the heart of Texas. The TV blares but no one cares, deep in the heart of Texas. Here we go!
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Bwaaa.
Bwaaa.
This is a special edition.
A special edition, and we might do a couple more of these.
Yeah.
We might add these into
Yeah,
the
I like
repertoire. Our producer Mason has worked really, really hard this week,
Yep.
so we're giving him a break from his
Yep.
mind melt. His mind melted
His
last
mind
week
is
so
melted,
hard on
yeah.
Toy Story 5.
Poor guy.
We have the technology. He is the $6.50 man, and we are.
The problem is he
we are
sees
upgrading
Tom
him.
Hanks everywhere now. You know, I think a little bit of him broke, and now he just sees Tom Hanks everywhere.
Well, that was a part of the mind melt. So his
Sure.
mind melted over his eyes,
Sure.
and there's like a
Yeah.
filter that he sees through now,
Uh-huh.
and it's just Tom Hanks
Well,
everywhere.
he had that.
And it's not Tom Hanks. It's
Woody.
Tom Hanks from Castaway. It's Woody.
It's Tom
It's-
Hanks. I'm saying it's Tom Hanks as Castaway, or from Castaway
As
as Woody,
Woody.
which is really rough Woody. I don't know about you, but I've had a couple of rough
Wow.
Woodies.
Yeah, I've had a couple of
But
them.
so anyway,
I wouldn't say rough though. I try not to use sandpaper to pleasure myself, so
Rough-
I try to keep it soft.
it's rough for her pleasure.
rough for her pleasure.
So
Kind of like how you score a like a pool
yes,
cue, how you
yes,
scratch
how
a
you're
pool
scoring
cue.
a pool cue.
You
That's
score
it.
the, you get it all
You got
scored
it.
up before you go after it.
You got it.
Golly,
Mason's,
where the hell is this?
Mason's never going to let us do this again.
No, he's never going to let us do this again. So, guys, welcome to the first episode of D.I.Y. AI.
D.I.Y. AI KOTH Bwaaa.
Bwaaa. So what
something.
we decided, me and Mike kind of thought was funny. So we're living in a world now where.
Hang on one second.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I have to give this disclaimer.
Yeah.
Title left to Mason's discretion. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. So we decided to play around with some AI stuff. I know a lot of people don't like AI. It's really controversial
Yeah.
as a subject.
Yeah, I can see it.
The only thing is
It's scary.
you can't
It's
stop
new.
it. Well, it's
Yeah,
new.
it's new.
Well, the
It's
scary
scary.
thing
It's-
about it is that it's
It's like the movie Gung Ho, where all the
it's-
Japanese came in
they're
and bought
trying
the
to
car.
they're trying to imitate a human intellect is what is
Yes,
scary.
yes, that
and they're
is the
putting it into
scary
a
part.
machine.
Well, here's the part that scares me the most about AI is I feel like they're rushing it, right? And so when you rush something like this, that's when you get the Terminators, right?
Kind of. I would agree with you if I wouldn't have already done like
Well,
40 base hours of AI research before we
I
record this
completely get
episode.
that. I completely get that part. But what I'm more referring to is
Yeah.
Microsoft this last
Oh yeah,
week
they're rushing some of their stuff.
came
They're probably
out-
rushing stuff.
Well, they came out and
it
they
went crazy.
Said,
Yeah.
we've included ChatGPT as part of Bing now, right?
And it went nuts.
And they removed Internet Explorer. They're all in.
They're
right?
crashing
just
it, yeah.
all of a sudden. And they came out with a disclaimer that said, "Don't talk to Bing ChatGPT too long, or something weird will happen." And I was like, "What the hell does that mean?"
It's really
know?
bad at chess.
I mean, but
It's
I'm just
really, really
saying.
bad at chess. So now the chess.com, my son is an avid chess player.
Yeah.
And he uses the app. Well, I was sitting there with them, and we were just playing around doing puzzles, like chess puzzles, and I noticed that they had
Chess puzzles.
chess puzzles.
Okay.
We're
Whatever,
peculiar.
man. Hey, whatever. Chess puzzle.
The chess background is when I was a small kid in England. I was 3 years old, and I used to go with my grandma to visit my great uncle, who was in his late 80s, early 90s at that point, and he was a huge chess player.
Oh, that's cool.
Competed his whole life.
Yeah.
And he taught me how to play chess at 3.
Chess is a wonderful game.
So I learned at a really young age. But my son, he's kind of got an aptitude for it. So I saw ChatGPT on there.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, what the hell is that?
Oh, on the chess app?
Yeah.
Oh,
And he's
wow.
like, well, it's the ChatGPT bot, the AI.
Oh, my God.
And
It's just
they
everywhere.
play you in chess. They've integrated into the app to play against you in chess because they have a bunch of AI on there.
Yeah.
So they have there's a big chess revival during COVID in the streaming
makes sense, sure.
on YouTube, Twitch. There was just this huge community that just exploded.
Well, it's a way to have
It became
human
cool.
contact without human contact.
Well, it
kind of
became
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
Chess is
Yeah.
cool.
Sure.
When I was a kid, I played chess. I got made fun of for playing chess. My kid's competing in chess competitions for UIL, and his friends are like, "Oh, bro, that's cool as hell, man."
Yeah.
When my friends were like, "Oh, dude, you're a nerd.
You're a big nerd.
You're a big
That's it.
nerd. You're playing with plastic on a board." A checkerboard. That's for checkers, not for chess. So we've decided with this AI thing to play around with a little bit and regurgitate some AI stories. And this particular episode that we recorded on Monday kind of touched on some, potential domestic situations and stuff. So in bad taste, I regurgitated a story from the ChatGPT. I got it to the prompt that we used today was Hank Hill saving Lenore. In the alternate universe that I've created today for this, Lenore and Bill live together, and this is before Lenore has left. So this could be an alternate reality
It's Hank Hill saving Lenore from a drunken Bill.
From a drunken Bill.
Yes, okay.
So this could be a reality. This could be really why she
could.
left, because
Sure.
I guess we don't really know right now where we're at in the show why she left.
We really
I don't know if you ever know, but I know we don't know right now.
I think it's just because Bill is Bill.
Yeah. So
I want to know how that romance happened to begin with.
Oh, Bill and Lenore?
Do we ever find out?
We might have to do a Friday Bill and Lenore lore episode.
Bill and Lenore lore.
Bill Lenore lore.
Bill and Lenore lore. All right, let's go, man.
So
Chat
here
GPT.
is a Chat GPT created story.
Hey,
of
Chat
Hank
GPT,
Hill
get at
saving
us,
Lenore.
by the way.
Yeah, come on.
Come on, let's
at it.
sponsor us.
Sponsor me.
Sponsored by Chat GPT.
You know
We've
what?
replaced both hosts with a robot.
I got a great idea, but I'm not going to say it on the microphone because it might be somebody else's idea already,
right.
and I think it would be a great podcast.
All right.
Okay, so it was a hot summer day in Arlen, Texas, and Hank Hill was just enjoying a cold beer on his front porch by himself. They're not.
That never
alleywaying
happens,
it.
but
no,
sure.
it never happens.
Sure.
Well, I think it happened.
It'd be back porch.
From what we don't see, it happens.
But what I'm saying is, it wouldn't be on his front
it wouldn't
porch.
be on the front porch. It'd be in the back,
No,
probably
it'd
on
be
the probably on the patio or
it's on
something.
the lawn furniture.
On the lawn furniture.
You ever watch Caddyshack? The movie Caddyshack? You've seen the movie Caddyshack,
I have
right?
seen it. Yes, I have seen it.
So one of my favorite
Do
things.
I watch it regularly as
I do.
regularly scheduled content? No, I do not.
But
I should, but I don't.
There's one scene.
I will. Now that you mentioned it, I'm going to watch it today. Actually,
There's one scene where Chevy Chase is trying to get Lacey Underalls to have sex with him. Right.
Oh,
And so
okay.
he's invited Lacey Underalls over to his house,
Mhm.
and his house is just a mess.
Yeah.
And he's actually poured like the Perrier back into the bottles, and then fashioned the caps back on.
Yeah.
And then at one point he brings out the Perrier and goes, oh, like fumbles the tops like they're just so full of fizz or whatever, and pours them.
Yeah.
And then he says to her, "Let's go out to the patio."
Yeah.
So anyway, anytime anybody says patio, that's what comes
what
to
you
my
think
head.
of for patio.
Let's go out to the patio.
I think of being a teenager. When I think of the word patio, I think of a bad experience. I had been prescribed, and this is crazy that they did this back then. This is before like the opiate epidemic was huge. I was 17 and I broke my leg, and they prescribed me 90 hydrocodones.
Yeah, no good.
And
90.
They prescribed me 90.
90.
I'm 17 years old,
Yikes.
and I'm already drinking and
That's at
smoking
least 3
weed. I'm
days
already
worth.
partying. I'm
Yeah.
17. I'm already partying.
Sure.
So they gave me access to high-end opiates as a 17-year-old who
As
has
they
no
used to.
responsibility
They used
at
to
all.
hand them out like candy.
Just think about that, guys. I was 17
Yep.
years old. They gave me a gigantic pill bottle of 90
Yep.
pills. An irresponsible 17-year-old. I could take those pills anywhere with me legally in my pocket.
Yep.
As long as it had the label on there with my
That's
name on
right.
it.
That's right.
So I took in one too many. I drank a couple of bottles of beer on top of it.
Sure.
We're in Robinson. I'm in a walking boot at this time, and we're at a girl's house, and my friend took me with him, and he had said, "Hey, you know, we're gonna go see some girls. Don't be too drunk or whatever.
Don't be too weird. Yeah.
Whatever, you know." I used to have that conversation. All the friends used to have that conversation a
Stop
lot because I
throwing all
was
those
kind of weird.
airplanes made out of envelopes.
Yeah, so we're sitting on the patio, and my buddy goes inside. Well, I'm still sitting. I'm a cigarette smoker, so I was still sitting outside. Well, I had this huge wave of like, I guess it was like nausea. It was the alcohol interacting with the opiates or whatever in my body, and I just started vomiting. And it was so stupid. I vomited in one spot, and it's like a circle of chairs, Mike. And I didn't just vomit in one spot and stay in one spot.
Yeah. No.
I vomited in one spot, and in my mind, I told myself, well, if I move all the way over there,
I won't vomit.
no, they won't know it was me.
Oh.
In my mind, I was trying to run away from
you were
my own
high.
pile of vomit. So
you were high, dude.
I puked again in that spot. And I played musical chairs. I moved to 4 different chairs and puked in 4 different spots.
Wonderful.
And well, my buddy comes out, and they all come outside to come back to the patio. Everybody's coming back outside. And they're like, who puked? Well, I'm sitting away from the puke. There's no puke near me. And I'm like,
I think it was a bird.
I don't know who. I don't know. They were like, nobody else is out here with you, dude. Why did you puke in 4 different places and then go sit over there? Okay, so that's my patio story.
Yeah,
so let's
that's
get back to the
ridiculous,
AI
man.
deal.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
that's good. There you go. There's a good insider for Rusty. So it was a hot summer day in Arlen. Hank's on the front porch sipping a beer. I kind of want to tell this like it's an account.
Yeah.
So you know, he hears this commotion across the street. Well, you know, Hank looks over the way, and here's Bill just stumbling out the front door with a big bottle of whiskey in his hand, and just incomprehensible.
That's not like Bill.
Incomprehensible. And Hank kind of realized, he's like, well, dang, Bill's, you know, this is a little abnormal to fall out of the house with a bottle of whiskey. You know, he's a beer drinker,
right,
you know.
Right.
There's some people in Texas that you can't, you know, they shouldn't mix. Some people can't drink whiskey, you know. So Lenore comes out of the house, and she's looking scared, and she's trying to, you know, get to the car, get away from Bill. Well, Hank kind of like superhero mode, knows that he has to hurry up, and he's like, well, something bad's gonna happen if I don't get over there. You know, Bill's going nuts. Bill's doing this.
Well,
so
Hank has to save everyone also.
he does, and especially in ChatGPT.
Yeah.
In ChatGPT, Hank Hill is
Hank
Batman.
saves
He's
everybody.
Superman. He's the Flash, not the canceled one.
Apparently he's not canceled.
Yeah, I don't know.
He got
wow.
the big movie.
Yeah, big check too. Like woo, woo,
Yeah,
woo, woo,
it's
woo.
true.
And they'll make billions. He looked over and saw Bill stumble out of the house holding the whiskey bottle. So Lenore came out of the house at this time too. So Hank walks over to Bill, and he's, you know, he knows Bill's erratic, kind of crazy. So he tries to calm him down, tries to get him to put the bottle down, but you know, Bill's too drunk, pushing Hank away. Hank was like, well, man, you know, this is I gotta act more decisively in this situation here. So Hank runs inside, grabs the phone, calls the police. You know, so he's like, this isn't good. So Hank goes outside. He guides Lenore into his house and locks the door. He knows that Bill has a history of violence when he's drunk, and he wasn't going to take any chances.
Bill has a history of violence when he's drunk.
Yeah.
Yikes.
According to ChatGPT.
All right.
He stayed with Lenore until the police
I swear to
arrived.
God, every time you say that, I think you're saying Chad.
ChatGPT.
It's Chad GPT.
It's ChatGPT.
You know Chad.
Here on Nickelodeon. He stayed with Lenore.
What a terrible show.
Yeah, what a terrible show. He stayed with Lenore until the police arrived, making sure she was safe and comforted. Eventually, the police arrived and took Bill into custody, but not before he caused some havoc on his own property. Lenore was grateful to Hank for his quick thinking and bravery and thanked him for keeping her safe. Hank was just happy that he could help someone in need. He knew that alcoholism was a serious problem, and he hoped that Bill would get the help he
Jesus
needed to
Christ.
overcome it. In the meantime,
like
he knew
that.
he had done the right thing by stepping in to protect Lenore from harm. So yeah, that was my degenerate.
That sucks though, because there's no resolution.
There is no resolution. Well, ChatGPT can only do so much, so that shows you the limitations of AI.
Oh,
But it's kind of really, really funny because if you type in stuff like
now we don't know.
what was it? What did I type in? So my son, the baby has been biting. So I asked ChatGPT. I said, well, what's a few things that I could do to help a baby stop biting? And boom, they give you this concise,
really
supreme, like,
take out their teeth,
acknowledge the behavior, react promptly, offer alternative toys or objects, redirect the baby's attention. I'm impressed.
Sure.
You know, it kind of reminds me when my dad put on my kid's VR headset and cried afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, my dad grew up a little, like, poorer than what, like, he grew up. His dad was born in 1912. My dad was born in 1960. My dad grew up like he was born in the 1940s.
Right.
So, you know, they had like a wood stove they cooked on. They went and pissed outside an outhouse, that kind of thing in the 60s.
Sure.
Dirt floor house, that kind of stuff. So when he put on that headset, like, to him, it was like, I didn't have a TV till I was like 10 or 11 years old in my house, and now I could walk through Paris from my living room. Or the one that he particularly cried about, it was kind of, I don't know, it was kind of a touching moment to see, like, somebody who had, you know, it's all the sci-fi technology that because my dad's a big sci-fi guy, so it's like all this technology that he watched in sci-fi movies his whole life, because he grew up in the era of sci-fi, you know, where it was huge.
Oh yeah,
in the 60s and 70s and stuff. Yeah, you too. And
no, I mean, I liked you too.
No, I liked U2 all the way up until the point to where they forced their music on Apple.
They got a brand new
Apple phones,
brand new album coming.
Yeah, and it's going to be forced on everybody with Apple Music. So so the technology, you know, it's I don't know, it's just, this is the AI is the first. It's the second time where technology has wowed me. The first time was being a 10-year-old or 11-year-old on the free range internet.
Bwaaa trucks fight all through the night, deep in the heart of Texas.
But the first time where technology really, like, as a kid, was the open internet. You know, just before there was any algorithmic based social medias, any of this stuff that's going on, when it was literally what you saw was what you got kind of thing. There wasn't anything behind the scenes working to change stuff. So I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see where all of this is going to lead up to. I know there's a lot of disgruntled artists and creators and things like that.
It's a seminal moment of change. And by that I mean, you know, people were up in arms when robots started working in car factories. Yeah. People were up in arms when the automobile replaced the horse. I mean, all of these things, right? I feel like this is a seminal moment. Though,
there was a video clip that I'd watched recently of it was a local news outlet, and they were in some city in Texas. Sure. And it was right around the time that all the drinking and driving laws got real heavy in the 80s, when mothers against drunk driving.
I think I saw that, where they changed the law on drinking and driving.
Yeah, so they go and it's like an expose. They go out into the neighborhood in the grocery store and stuff, and they're like, well, what do you think about it? And this one guy was like, well, damn, what kind of country are we living in where a man can't drink a beer or two on his way home from working 12 hours at work? Yeah. And then there was another one where it's a woman. She's got her it's a station wagon, and she's got her kid, not, you know, no seatbelts. Everybody's just kind of like free range in the station wagon, and the guy's asking her a question, and she said something along the lines of, well, what's the government going to do next? They told us we got to wear seatbelts, and now we can't drink a beer when we want to. And I'm just like, wow. You know, I'm like, just the mentality that people were really, really pissed off that they couldn't drink an alcoholic beverage while driving down the road. And that was like a societal norm. Yeah, it's insane. Cars used to be manufactured with bars in them. Like, there's like some luxury cars that you could buy from the 60s and stuff like that in the 50s and 70s, like some in the 70s too, that have... There's one car that was made that literally you could turn the front seats around and like have a cocktail lounge in your fucking car.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's
I mean,
crazy.
because nobody's ever been out of control while they're drinking.
Not in America.
Never happened.
Not in America. Never happened.
Well, folks, thank you again for joining us. Thanks for being part of this special, extra special.
Experimentation.
Experimentation.
If you like it, let us know if you like this AI crap. If you don't like it, then let me know, and I won't, really care too much.
If you like this AI crap. Anyway,
give us some thoughts and feelings on AI.
It's fun,
I want to know people.
honestly.
I think it's fun. It's really, really fun, and it's actually been. I'm not gonna lie. I've used it as a tool. I have used ChatGPT as a working tool since
all
it's
hail
existed.
our robot overlords.
It has helped me out with a couple of spreadsheets here and there for some things. So
Press
insane.
releases, all kinds of stuff we use it
It's
for here. Yeah.
insane what it could do to give you the base. Like, there's nothing that I've generated that I just put out without a little bit of flourish on it.
Sure.
Like putting a human touch to it. Because it does feel subhuman, some of the things it generates.
But it does all the main work for you.
It does the I call it it's a good skeleton generator.
Man, if you want to tell it to write a Java program that does this or that or whatever, man, it'll spit that
writes
crap
Java
out
code?
like crazy. Yeah, it'll spit out code like crazy.
Oh, I didn't know it did code.
Yeah, it'll do code.
You know, there was a just to go ahead and finish it off with this little bit with all the UFO crap going on. I have never ever in my life been a UFO conspiracy theorist. I've never listened to Ancient Aliens
Alex
and all
Jones,
this stuff.
all that stuff. Sure.
Well, I decided.
You know the frogs are gay?
Yeah. Well, not. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about
what
more
you're talking about.
academic. Yeah.
We had talked about Alex Jones before we started recording.
Yeah, we did.
So
We did. A little more academic than that. People who try to take a scientific approach to the abnormalities in the world. Well, this one video that I watched, I can't remember the guy's name. I wish I could, but he had talked about how Google's coding works for like the Google search engine and stuff like that.
Sure.
And he was comparing it to quantum physics and how our world is it could all be broke down
it's
into
a flat sphere.
we're in this program. it's like
Sure.
all these elemental things that they find with quantum physics and like subatomic particle frequencies. And
none of this stuff really exists. It's all
just crazy stuff. And he was talking about like how if they took all the blank space out of all the atoms and every human in the world, they could fit 8 billion people inside of a sugar cube kind of thing. I don't know. It's just we're reaching a point where all of these technologies are just, I don't know, it's crazy stuff. I didn't think I would ever see artificial, like you had all the AI stuff that you heard about, all the artificial things, but
it's been
now
movie.
it's getting to the point.
It's been movie fodder.
To where,
for
movie fodder. AI. Literally, there was AI with Haley Joel Osment.
What it makes me think is that they've been prepping us for all of this. There's a lot of people out there that are like, well, all the alien stuff, they're prepping.
Well, that's what this guy said in this particular interview. He was interviewed I can't remember his name, but it's concrete.
Would it really surprise you if an alien landed today?
No, it wouldn't really surprise me at all because it's a statistical probability. But he was also talking about he has
now if an alien got out and he had like a Nazi suit on, that would surprise me.
That would surprise me. So what this guy was talking about was he has a tech company in Florida that's an R&D company, and they do R&D in the space and aerospace and space propulsion and stuff like that. Yeah. And he has access to private symposiums and stuff like that where they discuss future technologies or technologies that are current.
Sure.
But he said that he's under non-disclosure agreements
like
for
tanks,
everything. That kind of stuff. But it's all like backdoor private stuff with NDAs and stuff like that.
Chains,
and he said the only thing that he was able to say is that private technology, the technology that's in like the private sector, they're 300 years.
Oh, I don't doubt that one.
Technologically ahead of everything that we currently sit with.
Well, I don't doubt that one bit. I think that stuff has been developed over the years that we're just not ready for.
Well, and there's another thing he was talking about,
and that's why this stuff comes so quickly.
It's
like okay, drop it, and
it's like a deluge. It was like after World War II, with all the technologies and stuff. It was just like a deluge of consumer products.
Sure.
And that's pretty much what happens is all the backdoor private military.
All the stuff
all
gets released.
Well, that's because that's what they do is you've got all this technology that was for war. Now, well, how can we apply it in a civilian application?
Well, you're fixing to have to use it in war again, so that'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be the war. And I think the next war will be for water, but for jokes, it'll be for AI. I think the next war will be humans against artificial intelligence.
I think it's just Putin.
Destroying
everything.
The actual real war, though, will be over water access because that is the next big commodity.
Well, hey, this has gotten to be real positive here at the end, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. You guys enjoy your week.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Join us again on Friday.
Diving into conspiracy theories and DIY AI. It's supposed to be an AI story.
Hank's Conspiracy Corner. Enjoy our special Friday episode, and then we'll see you again on Monday.
This is a Wednesday episode.
Right. I'm saying enjoy the Friday one coming up.
Oh yeah, then enjoy the Monday one that you've already listened to.
Well, I'm saying the Monday one coming up after that. We'll see.
And then the one
again
after
on
that,
Monday.
and then we'll
Sure.
see. We'll see you probably again.
Ask AI when the next one's coming up.
Oh, okay, let's see. Let's see if they even know who we are. Probably not, because I think it only
No,
does
I don't think they
information.
know.
One of them does
It's like
information,
2017 and up or something.
recent stuff, but
Yeah.
I think this one only does like 2021. Let's see. Let me see. What was I asking her again?
You were asking when the next King of the Hill
When
Bwaaa
is
episode
the
comes out.
next Bwaaa King of the Hill podcast episode releasing?
The next King of the Hill Bwaaa episode comes out Monday. Oh, thanks, ChatGPT.
As an AI language model, I do not have access to real-time information or schedules or for podcasts.
Which is crazy, but
Yeah,
I
it's crazy.
completely understand that part.
Okay,
because
let's
if
see,
it used current information, we'd all be screwed. I mean, I'd start thinking it could change on a dime. You know, I mean, it could just boom. Oh, Putin did something. Oh, all right, launch the missiles.
Oh, here we go. This is even better for you, though. Okay, so I said spit out 5 original name ideas for King of the Hill podcasts.
Yeah.
Arlen Chronicles, a King
Oh,
of the
I like
Hill
that.
podcast.
Yeah.
Propane and Laughter, exploring the world of King of the Hill. The Hills Have Ears.
The hills have ears.
Hey, ChatGPT has some
That's
fucking
good.
gold. That's great. That really is pretty
The hills
good.
have ears.
Boomhauer's Musings, a King of the Hill deep dive.
Uh-huh.
The Hank Hill Review, analyzing every episode of King of the Hill. That's good. That's pretty good.
The hills have ears is pretty damn good.
Propane Perspectives is pretty good too.
Sure.
Bobby's World.
Bobby's World.
Golly, that would have been a good one. Hank's Hankrin, a King of the Hill retro. I don't really like that one too much.
No, that one's cooking.
Let's see.
Cooking with propane.
The Hills Have Pod.
No.
Strickland Propane presents the King of the Hill cast.
Oh, see.
Yeah, she's getting crazy
That's
now.
pretty good too, though.
Yeah, I like that one.
Strickland Propane presents Bwaaa,
Yeah.
a King of the Hill.
Propane
rewatch.
Profits.
All right, let's get out of here before AI takes
Boom.
over.
She's taking over the podcast.
We Matanye.
This has been a Rogue Media podcast.